everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to continue with this flower over here. In the last video we did this one. That video was a full in-depth step-by-step tutorial that you could follow along. In this video I'm going to complete this flower so that y'all could see all parts, and we are coloring today in Maria Trolle's Botanicum. So before we get started, I will tell you the colors that I did use. I used neon pink, process red, hot pink, deco pink, and my white. I also used a Posca pen. If you would like to see the full in-depth tutorial, I will have that one linked in the upper right hand corner. You can also follow this tutorial if you would like to. I am going to add commentary and a little bit of instruction. If you check the description box down below, you will find links down there to my Facebook group, my email list, my Etsy shop, and my Patreon if you'd like to support me there. I also now have channel membership. If you would like to find more information out about that, you can click the join button down below the video. Let's go ahead and start this flower out with a little bit of neon pink. I'm just using the neon pink to shade in the center of all the petals. Then I'm using the process red, and I'm adding in a little bit of this where each petal meets the other petal. I'm doing this just to create a bit of depth and separation between each one of these petals. Now I'm using the hot pink to blend out the process red and pull it a little bit towards the center of each one of those petals. I'm also blending a bit of it into the centers where I laid the neon pink. Now I have the deco pink, and I'm using this all throughout each one of the petals to blend all of the colors together, and I'm actually bringing it all the way to the edges of each one of these petals. Now I'm using my white Posca, and I'm using it to go over a lot of the line art that's on the edges of each one of these petals, and I am going to pull it down just a little bit over some of that color that I had originally laid there. When you're using your white Posca to cover the line art, you may need to wait for it to dry a little bit and then come back and lay a second layer. Here I'm trying to lay a second layer. I didn't wait for it to dry. I'm just trying to get it down there nice and thick and really whiten up all of these petals at the tips. Now I'm using the Posca to add quite a bit of white in the center of the flower. I am pulling it up towards the middle of each one of the petals. Now it's time for me to come back with my neon pink and add a second layer. I'm really trying to get this color down there and brighten up these petals. Now I'm using the hot pink and blending some of that into the neon pink so that I can have a blend of these two colors. Now I have the process red. I'm using this color to go over the lines that were already there on each one of these petals. This is going to allow me to create quite a bit of depth. I'm also going over some of the areas where I originally laid the process red, where I want to keep that separation between each one of the petals. Now I'm using the hot pink to blend into all of those areas where I had laid the process red, where I wanted to keep that separation. Now I'm using the deco pink to blend everything together and blend that Posca into some of those colors that I used. This just really helps to bring everything together. Now I'm using my white Prismacolor to go over all of the white Posca. This really helps just to blend it into all of the colored pencil. I'm doing the same thing here in the center of the flower to spread that Posca out just a little bit and pull it in towards the middle of each one of the petals. Now that the Posca has dried quite a bit, I am adding another layer. I'm pulling it down just a little bit over the sides of the petals, and I am going back over the center again one more time just to really whiten it up. Now I need to bring all of this together by coloring in the leaves. I'm starting out by laying a layer of chartreuse, and I'm just covering every single leaf and part of the stem with this color. Now I have the dark green, and I'm using this color just to start adding a bit of depth. And I am going to come back with the apple green and pull these colors together. These leaves didn't take much time to color at all. I'm just going to continue to alternate my colors as I continue to color in the rest of these leaves. I do also need to color in the couple buds that I have here that belong to this flower. And then after I get everything colored in, we are going to finish the page off by coloring in the butterfly and the ladybug that are on this page. To color in each one of the stems, I'm starting at the edges with a little bit of dark green. Then I'm just blending that color through with the chartreuse. For the buds, I'm laying an initial layer of the chartreuse, and then I just come back with the dark green, go over some of the lines to add a little bit of depth, and then I just pulled everything together with the apple green. These other leaves we did color in a previous video, but I'm actually coming in with the dark green and darkening up all the spaces towards the back of the bud, just to make it look as though the bud is laying on top of the leaf. So the flowers are all done, and I'm just going to come in here and do the ladybug and the butterfly really quickly. So I'm just going to use some of the colors we've used throughout the rest of the page. I have my Scarlet Lake, and I'm going to go ahead and just color in the ladybug. I'm just going to straight color it and add a few layers. And then I have the neon pink, and I'm going to use the neon pink for his little spots. And then for his head, now I need to come back with another layer of the Scarlet Lake and really get some of that color down there. And I'm starting to think I didn't choose the right colors for his little spots. So I'm actually going to change those up just a little bit, and I'm going to show you how. So I grabbed my yellow Posca, and I'm going to go right over what I did and add his spots, because I think this yellow is a lot more contrasting from the red. And then it will also cover up a lot of that line art and give it a little bit of depth. And then here in the front where I added the hot pink, I'm just going to go over that as well. And I think that probably does it for the bug. He's so teeny tiny. Okay, so I think I changed my mind, and I think I actually want white spots. So I'm just going back over it and fixing it. And I think that looks much better. And maybe some yellow for the top part of it right here. Okay, I think that looks better. I'm happier. So now we need to do the butterfly, and I think that I want to bring some of the lavender and the shades of purple and bring them up to the butterfly. And again, the butterfly is so super teeny tiny that I think I'm just going to straight color him. I'm not going to worry about all of the little lines here, and I think I'm going to lay the lavender all throughout here. And let's go ahead and lay the lavender all in here as well. We'll have a lavender butterfly. So I zoomed you all in a little bit more because I think I was probably zoomed out a little bit too far. But I'm going to add a little bit of depth with the Dahlia purple. And I have not used this color on the page yet, but I think it looks pretty with the lavender. So I'm just going to see what I could do with this color. The spaces are so teeny tiny that I could barely get the colors in there. So I'm just going to pull all the colors together with the lavender. This is probably the smallest butterfly I've ever colored. Let me go ahead and just add a little bit of the Dahlia purple in here as well. And even though I use two colors, it really just all looks like one color because it's so tiny. So I think for the center here, I'm going to go ahead and use my yellow Posca and cover up a lot of these lines. And then I'm going to go over the dots on the butterfly with yellow. I'm just trying to bring the colors from the other parts of the coloring page to the butterfly. So let me just go ahead and straight color these in with the Posca, and I think that's probably gonna do it. I'm gonna try to go over the edges one more time just to make it look like there's two different colors here, and hopefully this is gonna make a difference. It's so hard to color something that is this teeny tiny. And then let me see if maybe I could blend in a little bit more of my lavender in between that Posca there. Okay, that worked. And I did not think that I was gonna color the butterfly purples and yellows. But I think it looks good. Okay, so the only extra added thing I did is I went back to the butterfly and added a few little white dots in the bottom wings, and I think it looks cute. I might come back later and change the yellow dots to white ones too, just so that they match. I don't know yet. I think for now it's okay. And in the next video, we are going to do a background. The entire page is done except for the background, and I love the way that it turned out. I love all the different colors of the flowers. And I just really love the way that it all came together. So I guess this video turned out to be a little bit of voiceover, a little bit of commentary, and then we colored the little butterfly and the ladybug. But I really enjoyed doing this series of videos. If you would like to see me do another color along and you have a page suggestion, let me know. Whether you have a page suggestion or a coloring book suggestion, let me know in the comments and I will go through some of those and see what I can come up with. But I think for this one, we did a pretty good job of coming up with some balance throughout the whole entire page. I really need to focus and decide on what colors I'm going to use for the background because we've got quite a lot of colors going on in this page. We've got the oranges and the greens and the reds and the purples and the pinks and there's so much going on. So we'll have to see where I end up going with this and what medium I end up using. If you check the description box down below and the upper right hand corner, I'll have the link for the playlist for this color along from the first part of it all the way up to where we are now. And anything you've seen me use in this video, I will also have that link down in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and turn your bell notifications on so you get notified when I post that background tutorial or any other tutorials that I post here on my channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video. Happy coloring. Bye.